The United States has marked another somber milestone in its fight against the coronavirus pandemic. On Monday, the number of COVID-19 related deaths in the country surpassed 500,000. That translates into 148 dead per 100,000 infections. Let's compare that to some other countries. It's slightly behind the United Kingdom, which has one of the world's highest death rates at 177 per 100,000. Germany has a relatively low death toll with only 78 per 100,000. That's half the US figure. US President Joe Biden led Americans in observing a moment of silence to honor the nation's 500,000 coronavirus victims.
Today we mark a truly grim, heartbreaking milestone. 500,071 dead. That's more Americans who have died in 1 year in this pandemic than in World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War combined. That's more lives lost to this virus than any other nation on earth. But as we acknowledge the scale of this mass death in America, we remember each person and the life they lived.
Joe Biden speaking there. Now we're joined from Washington by DW correspondent Stefan Simons. Stefan, in that speech, Joe Biden said he wants to reduce the bipartisanship surrounding the pandemic. Is it too late for that?
No, it's not. 500,000 dead Americans are definitely a reason to leave bipartisanism and political bickering behind. But that was more aimed towards people who are affected by the pandemic and who are still alive. Their economical woes, their hardship when it comes to paying rent, getting enough food for their kids, and so on. So that was clearly aimed at what is going on right now in Washington, that the White House and Democrats are trying to bring through the $1.9 trillion aid package Joe Biden wants to push through, and with that, $1,400 for eligible Americans. And of course, there is, as pointed out, political bickering. Republicans are against this and want to reduce the sums and what is paid to people. So that was geared towards that. But, however, absolutely right. The president said it's a horrible number. 500,000 dead Americans is not something the U.S. can be proud of.
And yet the US is also one of the leading countries in terms of vaccinations. Around 13% of the whole population have received their first shot. How is that changing things on the ground, you think?
Yeah, that's good news. And the administration, as well as the state governments, are pushing the pedal there. And there's hope for more, even faster, broader vaccination programs to be implemented here in the United States. Teachers bringing kids back to school and teachers getting vaccinated. There's going to be a big push in that direction, too. However, the problem is, you see, even if the society here and towns, cities and places open up a little bit more now, get a little bit more lax in their restrictions of people, how they gather, where they eat, etc., restaurants open, and so on. It's not broad enough and it's not fast enough. It could be broader and faster. And don't forget, there are predictions out there who say that up to 150,000 more Americans could die by summer. So that is not, with all the vaccination, that is good. Everybody's pushing the pedal here to give more vaccinations to the people, but still, 150,000 people could die until summer, still with all this going on.
Stefan, the US is in the top 10 of countries with the highest death toll per capita. Why have so many Americans died in one of the world's richest countries? Briefly, if you can.
Well, because at least that's what many experts say, Trump administration, the former administration under Donald Trump has made significant mistakes. And the U.S. was really late to react. Could have been done more. I brought you something here. You see, this was headline Washington Post in last year, okay? 100,000, that was the first shocker. The After that, the administration stands accused of not really grasping the magnitude of the crisis here and not doing enough things fast enough to stop the virus and the spread. And that's the reason why it went so bad here in America. America could have done better. Everybody is the same opinion of that.
Stefan Simons in Washington. Thank you, Stefan.